Part 327. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 3261. So speaking of it, these are all true? So scary. I got a big grass. This, what else can I say? Dozens of hours, is this effing human? Damn it, it's maddening to compare people to people. It only takes 3 minutes for labor and capital to take drugs. Just say something silently, I am a real man for 3 seconds. Hold on, don't wave. Why do I feel that this starry night goddess is a little insincere, my good guy? It must be conquered by that big brother Fang Fan. Hiss, what do you mean? You can't talk nonsense about this stuff. You conquered a goddess? This is the rhythm of flying to the sky. In the future, this soft meal can be eaten directly on the god's domain. I'll go. Envy, hate, why don't I have such a chance? There are too many slots, and I don't know where to start complaining for a while. It's really worth it to be a man to reach the level of Boss Fang Fan. I'm jealous. Don't rush to be envious, don't you feel that something is wrong? What is the current situation like? Haven't you figured it out yet? The situation is about to collapse, can't you see clearly? The starry night goddess specially mobilized her consciousness. I'm afraid she's determined to kill this Fang Fan. Hey, it's a pity, I enjoy what everyone can't enjoy, so at some point I have to bear what everyone can't bear. Generally speaking, the truth is indeed the same. It's useless. It's useless. The sounds of complaints from the surroundings gradually increased, and the sounds of exclamations also gradually increased. Everyone thought about this, and their eyes gradually drifted away. All kinds of thinking modes cannot be expressed clearly in a few words. In a word, it is good if the mind is in place. My apprentice is in danger. Once Goddess Starry Night's consciousness erupts with divine power, how could his body be able to withstand it? Isn't it a dead end at that time? No. Absolutely not. Rescue my apprentice. Taishaji gritted his teeth, his face could not help showing worry. The matter has come to this point, and it cannot be fully expressed in a few words. But in any case, the situation does seem particularly harsh. Do you think you can resist Starry Night Goddess divine power attack by going up? That's a real god. This time, this kid really encountered difficulties. This kid is usually too arrogant. It's all right now, it's like this, what should I do next? There is no charter or anything. Even though I am conceited, but I never feel that I can fight against the true God. Although the difference between a demigod and a true god is only one word, it is like a moat. Shui Wanren, deputy head of the Guangming Academy, clenched his fists and frowned involuntarily as he spoke. At this moment, it is indeed particularly scary. If something unexpected happens, I don't know how to proceed. This shows the severity of the situation. Then what to do? Watching this kid die? Anyway, I can't do it. This is my apprentice. Damn it. Even if I risk my old life, I must save him. Call. The bloody battle to the end. Uncle G gritted his teeth, the brilliance in his eyes gathered in all directions, and his mind was also flying wildly. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 3262. At this moment, Grand Uncle G is already ready to die. Isn't the big deal just death? As a master, if you can't even protect your own disciples, you will die if you die. Damn it! It's true to fight to the end, but you can't make such a fearless sacrifice. I will never allow you to go up to die. Shui Wanren gritted his teeth, followed by a cold snort, and gradually became resolute in his attitude. The situation is dire and everyone can see it. But you can't exile everything just because the situation is bad. Seeing that Grand Uncle Ji and Shui Wanren are about to fight over this matter, I said, do you need this? This. Isn't this thinking a little too much? There are a lot of bells and whistles. Fang Fan doesn't need you to rescue him at all. Look at his sloppy look, obviously he doesn't take this stuff to heart. It's you guys, this is a bit too exciting. This is not desirable. Calm down. What are you doing? Really are. Beauty and gaudy waves? This thing isn't the coming of the true God, it's just a piece of divine consciousness. Fang Fan's boy has killed no one knows how many true gods and divine consciousness there are. Bai Piao shrugged, with a proud face. The situation is such a situation, the situation is such a situation, as for? After listening to what Bai Piao said, Grand Uncle Ji and Shui Wanren were stunned. Oh shit. What the hell? This is really incomprehensible. How many true gods and consciousnesses did Fang Fan kill? My disciple, is the God Slayer. Tai Shiji murmured to himself, his expression became more and more complicated at the moment. In the arena, Goddess Starry Night's consciousness began to attack. She controlled Shang Guanchan's body and began to attack. Extremely fast. And at this moment, Shang Guanchan's combat power was also bursting out little by little, which made people feel terrified invisibly. At this moment, just feel it a little bit, and your eyes will tremble completely. The sound of breathing also gradually became anxious. Thinking so far, the mind is rushing. Such an essence, what a futility. Low-level saints. Intermediate saint. A high-ranking saint. Superb holy venerable. Huh? Are you a demigod? He. In order to kill me, you really took great pains. So much fighting power has been gathered. Interesting, this looks so interesting. Tisk. There are quite a lot of bells and whistles. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, thinking to himself, his expression gradually became solemn. Today, you will definitely die. Anyone who defiles this goddess will die. You are a stain on this goddess. Only by killing you can I become a god again. Whoosh. The speed is extremely fast. It seems to be fully oppressed in an instant. There are only two roads before Fang Fan's eyes. Run or fight. But at the moment, it seems that these two roads are not very easy to walk. What's more, there are many difficulties, and inexplicably feel the pain in the brain. If you run, you are hiding in the small world of Shushan Pavilion, and you can completely ignore all pressure. If you don't run away, well, then you can only take the opportunity to kill the consciousness of the Starry Night Goddess. Fang Fan's magical skill Rage God's divine finger is indeed aimed at this so-called divine consciousness, and it has a special lethality to divine consciousness. The previous few times when he killed the true God's divine consciousness, he used Rage God's divine finger. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3263. But this time, the hiding place of Goddess Starry Night's consciousness is too good. She completely covered herself in Shang Guanchan's body. So what? Storm. The point is, if there is a slight deviation, Fang Fan may be killed. Now this possessed Shang Guanchan has the combat power of a demigod. Fang Fan let out a foul breath, and felt a little headache for no reason. I also have a demigod level puppet card. After summoning it, I can get a quasi-demigod level puppet to help. This Shang Guanchan's combat power has reached the level of a strong demigod. Even if you sacrifice a demigod level puppet card, it's useless. This starry night goddess is really fond of me. In order to kill me, I am really desperate now. Fang Fan took a deep breath, inexplicably feeling a little headache. My brain is buzzing right now. Next, it's not easy. In vain, in vain. It seems that we can only gamble. Fang Fan rolled his eyes, then licked his lips unnaturally, and the sound of breathing froze for a moment. Various thoughts swirled in his mind, and the sharpness in his eyes became more and more. The majesty of the rage god. Fang Fan snorted secretly, and divine power suddenly gathered around him. The majesty of the rage god, consume a certain amount of power of faith, so that you have the breath and majesty of the true God, which lasts for 10 minutes, and the cooler is 24 hours. Now it's up to him to see if he can fool the goddess of starry night's consciousness. After performing the magical skill majesty of the rage god, Fang Fan Zhou's temperament did undergo a qualitative change. At this moment, there is also a sense of oppression invisibly, and the tense nerves are being disintegrated little by little. I am the god of creation. Starry night? How dare you be so rude? Fang Fan snorted coldly, his expression extremely solemn. At the same time, Fang Fan was also ready to evacuate at any time. If there is a slight deviation, quickly withdraw. The passage to Shushan Pavilion Small World opens at any time. This is a life gamble. Creator God. Father God. The breath of God the Father. Yes, it's Father God. Is that you? Woo, woo woo, Father God, are you okay? The goddess Starry Night, who was domineering and unruly at first, suddenly became charming and cute at this moment. The father called again and again, looking aggrieved. At the same time, Shang Guanchan, whose body was controlled, also stopped moving forward. Good time. Fang Fan's eyes lit up, his breathing suddenly became rapid, and the sparkle in his eyes couldn't help but increase, the corners of his mouth were raised silently, and his mind was completely empty. Rage God's finger. The divine finger of the Rage God. Once the divine finger is released, the sky will be shattered. Consume a certain amount of power of faith, gather the divine finger, and release the power of the true God. It has a destructive bonus effect on the soul. The cool-down period is 3 days. Boom. Rumbling. Suddenly, a burst of thunder whizzed past in the air. Immediately afterwards, the situation changed, making everyone terrified. At this moment, his eyes widened, not daring to say a word. At the same time, a huge index finger with a radius of several feet suddenly descended from the sky. The index finger rolled straight towards Shang Guanchan's so-called direction. Ah! Ah! Shang Guanchan unknowingly made another sound of fury. Fang Fan! You dare to lie to me? How dare you pretend to be my godfather? I will never die with you. Ah! Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3264. The one controlling Shang Guanchan's body at this moment is naturally the consciousness of the Starry Night Goddess. At this moment, he was suddenly concentrated by the divine fingers of Rage God, and his consciousness was gradually annihilated. Gradually, the pain on the face was beyond words, and the sound of roaring was also bursting out. Feeling like this made her extremely resentful. But at this moment, it seems that I can't control the overall situation. Die. Kill you. I must kill you. Ah! The eyes of Shang Guanchan, whose body was controlled, suddenly turned blood red, and the divine power all around her was berserk. At this moment, she needs to take a gamble. If you win the bet, everything will happen. If the bet is lost, this life will be completely ended. A sense of panic in the depths of my heart swept over, and the whole person fell into a complete collapse. Whoosh! Whizzing! The arrow made of concentrated divine power suddenly pierced across, mixed with terrifying power. The speed is getting faster and faster, reaching the limit. It was frightening. This power, I'm afraid that even ordinary demigods can't hold it, it's so strong. Hiss, who said it wasn't? This Fang Fan has hit the muzzle of a gun, I'm afraid he really can't escape this time. No. Not necessarily, no one can predict this kind of thing. There was a holy man who blew himself up before and wanted to take away Fang Fan, didn't he fail? How can the two be compared? Isn't this the same thing at all? The gap is too big. Why are they not the same thing? In fact, they are all the same in essence, it depends on how they evolve in the end. Don't get caught in the fish pond, brothers, hurry up, save your life is the most important thing. As for the other bells and whistles, let's not care, just run away. The speed is extremely fast, people's hearts are floating, and it makes people feel uneasy. The last struggle. First hide in the small world of Shushan Pavilion to avoid a wave. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, thinking to himself, and then took full action. Suddenly, Fang Fan's body suddenly disappeared. And the last blow of Goddess Starry Night's consciousness naturally failed. At this moment, she is already walking on the brink of extinction. Ah! I'm not reconciled, I'm not reconciled. Damn it! Damn it all! Whirring. Death. Everyone must die. How did it evolve into this? Fang Fan. Fang Fan. This goddess will always remember today's humiliation. Sooner or later, I will get it back. The roars gradually increased, and the consciousness of the Starry Night goddess made a final declaration of unwillingness with the help of Shang Guanchan's body. After finishing speaking, the consciousness was completely wiped out. Shang Guanchan also fell heavily to the ground, her body seemed extremely weak. It was as if she had been possessed by a ghost just now, and that feeling was very real. After the turmoil, Fang Fan reappeared again. The unscathed state once again detonated the audience. Even the true god can't do anything to Fang Fan, what a gimmick this is. From ancient times to the present, this should be the first time. How is this not frightening? At the same time, the sense of panic in my mind is also fully gathering, not to mention the rest. The entire audience, one counts as one, is feeling particularly restless at this moment. They witnessed a miracle. This is destined to go down in history. Talking and laughing, smelling it changes color. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3265. Slayer God. God slaughtered. The God Slayer Fang Fan. The true God consciousness of the Dark Camp has been slaughtered. What does this indicate? In fact, God is not invincible. Grass, I feel that my faith is a bit broken, and I don't know what's going on now, my head is buzzing, already, I don't know what to say. Shouldn't true God consciousness be immortal? Didn't it mean that gods can enjoy eternal life? What the hell is going on here? Phew, hell knows. If I frankly knew, I wouldn't be here. The so-called true gods are actually just existences that are stronger than us, that is, they cultivated earlier than us. Don't be too mythical. I have never believed in these things. In fact, they are all hypocrisy to put it bluntly. Brain stuff. Well, this summary is quite in place. Anyway, everyone has some ideas in their hearts. As for the rest, don't worry about it. Isn't anything bad. Let us cheer for this. Boss Fang Fan. Invincible. Invincible. Bright Academy, win. The leader deserves to be the Bright Academy. The atmosphere of the audience was ignited. Like a fire. At this moment, it is being crazily burned by flames. There is a dream in everyone's heart. In such a dream, every little bit is enough to be commendable. Slaughtering God, even if it's just killing the true God's consciousness, this is an impossible thing for them. It was impossible for them to do it, but Fang Fan did it, and endless surging thoughts would naturally arise in his heart. It's not clear in a few words, but in a word, it's so real. In the end, you are still better. I always knew you were powerful, but I didn't expect you to be stronger than I imagined. I thought I could defeat you by borrowing the power of a true God, but now it seems that this is such a ridiculous joke, I actually really believed it. Ridiculous. Ridiculous to the extreme. How can it be? How can it be? Even the true God Lin Fan can't deal with you. Even, you once defiled the starry night goddess. What kind of existence are you? I really want to unveil the mysterious veil on your face. Shang Guanchan's delicate body trembled, and then she stood up tremblingly, with strange lights shining in her beautiful eyes. The more I look at it, the more unusual it becomes. There is always an inexplicable feeling gathering in my mind. The biggest winner at this moment is naturally Fang Fan. Thousands of people worshipped, thousands of people praised, and the audience sighed. When the magistrate thoroughly pronounced the verdict, everything was a foregone conclusion. In this battle, Guangming Academy won with a score of 3-0. The competition points will be announced below. First place, Guangming Academy, 12 points. Second place, Dark Academy, 9 points. Third place, Black and White Academy, 8 points. Fourth place, Yuanji Academy, 3 points. Fifth place, Nether Academy, 2 points. I declare below that the leader is Guangming Academy. Tonight, the heads of the colleges and universities gathered in the hall to discuss the rules and regulations for the upcoming friendly competition for seniors. Su Qin, the deputy head of Yuanji Academy, could only grit his teeth and pronounce the sentence even if he had thousands of reluctances in his heart at this moment. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3266. The matter has come to this point, it is useless to say more. As the host of their Yuanji Academy, they actually ranked 4th, which is the second to last. None of the first 3. They are schools. It is one of the 3 universities. To a certain extent, the school represents that elites are powerful. But now, it's all over. It's over. No matter how you say it, the embarrassment has already been thrown home. Guangming Academy became the biggest winner. Not only the gain of benefits, but also the comprehensive publicity of reputation. From then on, the name of Guangming Academy will definitely resound throughout the heavens. And their Yuanji Academy is very likely to lose their reputation because of this, and they will not be able to stand up since then. Fang Fan walked down from the arena. Along the way, countless flowers were scattered around him, and there were even many people who wanted to find Fang Fan for autographs. Invisibly, Fang Fan really became angry. Now all the eyes of the audience are focused on him, and they all think that he is the star of tomorrow. Various nicknames like God Slayer, Anderson, God's Punisher, etc. also came out. Before that, everyone worshipped the true God from the bottom of their hearts. No one has ever dared to have the slightest doubt. True God, that is the existence of invincibility. That is the existence of immortality. True gods can do more than they want to do all the things. In the eyes of the true God, everyone is the most humble ants. God wants you to live, so you can live. If the true God wants you to die, then you must die. All along, this kind of thinking mode has been instilled. Pure and frank. But at this moment, it seems to be different. Fang Fan created a feat. He slaughtered the consciousness of Goddess Starry Night, breaking the myth that the true God is invincible. This is an important milestone. Such a deep mark will be left in everyone's heart. From beginning to end, that's how I thought about it. Go to hell. Abandoned by God. Whoosh whoosh. In the distance, two figures suddenly rushed over, the speed was extremely fast. These two figures are actually the existence of the Saint Venerable Realm. The two saints are eyeing on Fang Fan at the same time. And judging by their appearance, it seems that they want to launch a full-scale self-destruction. There was a panic all around. There are countless escapees. Run, run. The self-destructive idiot is here again. Grass. Is it dead again? Don't pull me, what the hell, let me escape, okay. I can't hold on anymore, make way. Damn, could it be that group of idiots from the Dark Academy did it again this time? It's not too bad. They lost the game, and now they can't wait to kill that boss Fang Fan directly. We are simply affected by Yuchi. It's Husky Day. I really want to kill these bastards in the Dark Academy. Aren't their saints and powerhouses all bought wholesale? Is it so indifferent? They always look like this. I'm convinced, I'm really convinced. Can't you hold back a little bit? Wait until there are a little less people before blowing yourself up. Hee hee, the Dark Academy can control so much. The Starry Night goddess of their dark camp has been defiled by Fang Fan, and now I can't wait to get rid of it immediately. So what? So you can exploit us? Is it so unreasonable? Garbage dark school. Stop nagging, run for your life first. If it really explodes, none of us will be able to escape. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shuyu. Chapter 3267. Everyone at the scene is fleeing. Facing the real moment of death, who can survive? Desperate end of the world, just such a gesture. So real. Roll. The pride of my Guangming Academy is also something you can spy on. Die. Suddenly a hurricane swept past, and a figure directly grabbed one of the saints who wanted to explode himself, and then directly lifted his head and killed it. The moment when the head landed was the most shocking moment. This guy didn't even succeed in blowing himself up, so he was killed. At this moment, everyone slowly saw the appearance of the person who did it. Shui Wanren, deputy head of Guangming Academy. So it was this demigod who made the move. Sure enough, extraordinary. Looking at the past, it immediately stabilized. Tisk, tisk tisk, it's very interesting just looking at it. In terms of mentality, it completely collapsed. Of the two saints rushing over, one was killed, and the other immediately exploded. Damn it! Let's go up with Laozi. Grand Uncle G suddenly flew over from a distance, and immediately hugged another saint who was about to explode, and then his body quickly flew into the air. Boom! Bang bang bang! Rumbling. Immediately there came the sound of an explosion, inexplicably tearing people's liver and gallbladder apart. Terrible, terrible. At this moment, his eyes widened, his body trembled unnaturally, and his mentality exploded. The melon-eating people who had gathered around were also frightened to death at this moment. They just brushed shoulders with the god of death. Fortunately, they ended up saving their lives. Speaking of which, this is already a blessing in misfortune. If he hadn't stabilized at the beginning, he would definitely die now. Thinking about this, the sense of panic on his face suddenly became more. Fang Fan blinked, looking at the messy environment around him, he didn't know what to say. The development of this situation was a little too fast, and he didn't even have time to react. The overall situation seemed to be changing rapidly, causing Fang Fan's various thoughts to follow inexplicably. It feels real. The two saints wanted to kill Fang Fan by blowing themselves up. One of them was directly decapitated by Shui Wanren, deputy head of Guangming Academy, so he failed to blow himself up. As for the other one, it was also pulled into mid-air by Taishiji, and then an explosion occurred in mid-air. The aftermath of the explosion did not affect Fang Fan, and everything can still follow. At least the situation did not follow the blood collapse. Hold on, it's the best mode. Otherwise, there will only be blood on the spot. These are obviously dead bodies sent by the Dark Academy. Hee. It seems that this dark school is determined to kill me, and I don't know how many dead rooms will be sent in the future. But it seems a bit stupid to want to kill me by self-destructing in the dead. With the small world of Shushan Pavilion, I can hide in it at any time, and I am not afraid of the so-called self-destruction. Speaking of which, I'm quite looking forward to the fact that they will send more dead bodies. This can be regarded as their own destruction. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes secretly, his expression looked extremely solemn. Everyone came to kill him, so how could Fang Fan have any good looks? When it's time to explode, it will explode in full force. Some things can be tolerated, but some things are really unbearable. In the air, Grand Uncle G is like a blood man. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shuyu. Chapter 3268. After the self-explosion, all the flesh and blood from the holy man's body splashed on him. In addition, this wave of explosions also caused a certain degree of damage to him. However, Taishuji's physique is too strong, and he seems to take it lightly. At this moment, the posture will follow in an all-round burst. In terms of attitude, it is also particularly resolute. Such a moment, flourishing. Oh shit. Today's luck is really bad. I was bitten by a dog when I went out. Hee. Is there any dog who is not afraid of death and wants to come up and try? I can fully grant his wish. Come on. Go up and blow yourself up. Continue to blow yourself up. I'd like to see how many saint-level dead bodies you have that you can use to explode yourself. If it really doesn't work, you can also send out a few demigod-level mortals. Play a wave of self-destruction pattern. This looks so fun. In all aspects, isn't it all interesting? Is that how it feels? Why is no one talking? Dare to do it or not? Idiots know which turtle son sent this dead room. Did you hide yourself like a turtle? My great uncle G stopped talking here today. Today means that my apprentice Fang Fan has not suffered any injuries. If there is any life safety, as for the rubbish of your dark school, one will be counted as one, and labor and capital will be killed one by one. Yes. Demigods can't be killed, but I can kill all the students of your dark school, the so-called proud ones of heaven, one by one. What the hell are you doing? My great uncle G will come to the Ming dynasty. Taishuji said a word, full of domineering. The surrounding momentum also swept over, inexplicably making people feel trembling. Now it is basically clear, and they are bluntly cursing the dark school. Uncle G. Presumptuous. What does this matter have to do with our dark academy? Don't make false accusations. My dark academy never accepts frame UPS. A cold snort followed, and Wanggu, the deputy head of the dark academy, was still holding on. At the very least, you have to leave some face for the dark academy, right? Can't you just not care about anything? This won't work, this really won't work. There is still a fig leaf. Whether it works or not is another matter. Never accept framing. Heh. Ridiculous. Extremely ridiculous. Is it fun to take off your pants and fart? Who the hell doesn't know your virtues? Still pretending to be like this? Pretend you're a big-headed ghost. What's there to pretend? Do you really think you're such a good person? I understand everything. I just don't want to say it. I just put the words here today. I hope you can take care of yourself. Whoever hurts my apprentice, I will slaughter his entire clan. After Taishiji finished speaking, he rushed to Fang Fan's side to protect him. Protecting apprentices, he is a professional. The most embarrassing thing at this moment should be the Dark Academy. The Dead Space plan was carried out twice in succession, and 3 Holy Realm dead spaces were damaged, but so far there has been no victory. On the contrary, Taishiji pointed at his nose and scolded him. The resentment in this heart naturally increased. But so what? Nothing. The situation is such a situation, the situation is such a situation, everything will follow in blood. Deputy Palace Master Wang, why don't you speak? Go up and do it. This guy actually dares to threaten us, I can't bear it. Go up and kill him to show the majesty of my Dark Academy. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3269. He couldn't help but widen his eyes, and then shouted from the side. Gradually, the whole person became smug. Very floating, very turbulent, very desperate. Shut up. Get back. Stupid. Why does the old palace master have such a descendant as you? Wanggu, deputy head of the Dark Academy, almost spat out a mouthful of blood. What's going on right now, don't you understand? What are you clamoring for? Stupid to the extreme. Now the Dark School is already shamed by everyone, and even resented. Do things at this time? Why is your heart so big? Tossing and tossing, nothing. The farce will eventually come to an end. The first grade exchange competition is finally over. Guangming Academy has seized the leader, so it can be considered to be able to rest well. The battle is over. After the game ended, Shui Wanren, the deputy head of the Guangming Academy, stayed and discussed the next game schedule. As for Fang Fan and the others, they let themselves go. Tai Shuji has been guarding the left and right at the moment, not leaving him every step, for fear that another saint-level death will come out. Now Fang Fan has been targeted by all the Dark Camp practitioners. Fang Fan boy, your prestige has been completely released now, we will take the wind when we go out. Just take a look, in this situation, how many people have been staring at us. Damn it, we've all become meat and potatoes now, what's going on? Why? This is the 88th love letter I have received for you. Why are those beautiful students all staring at you? Do they all want to feel the charm of the strongest man in the world? What do you think they are thinking? Take the initiative to send them to your door for defilement. There are even some idiots who directly say that if you defile the Starry Night Goddess, and you defile them, then they are at the same level as the Starry Night Goddess. Simply a good guy. Bai Piao still likes to chatter. From beginning to end, the most is still nonsense. Bullshit on bullshit, bullshit on bullshit. So the reincarnation repeated, but there is no end. But one thing is indeed true, that is, Fang Fan's popularity with women is too good now. If you walk 2 steps forward casually, you may encounter someone who blows a kiss. The charm is too great, I am too difficult. Husband, tell me, how did you feel when you defiled the Starry Night Goddess? Does it feel particularly exciting? Does it feel different when you are with us? Do you say you like being with us, or with that Starry Night Goddess? Just talk about it, who gives you the greater sense of pleasure? Concubine Xiang suddenly changed her temperament and suddenly became gossip. While asking, she also acted like a baby. It's just that the question asked is a bit like a wolf and a tiger. If you tell the truth about this kind of question, you will basically be hammered to death. Because there are thousands of answers, and you simply don't know which one matches the thoughts and wishes of these women. Cough. It was an accident. At that time, I had to sacrifice myself to save my life. It wasn't my intention. After all, it's hard for me to be with a woman I don't like. Where is the joy of being together with my little Xiangfei? Fang Fan suddenly became glib, and his eyes gradually became blurred. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3270. Fang Fan is still very talented when it comes to talking nonsense. After Fang Fan finished speaking, concubine Xiang beside her was already blushing. You, shameless. How can you say such a thing? You are a jerk. There are so many people. Concubine Xiang bit her red lips, inexplicably feeling that her little heart was about to jump out. While talking at this moment, the sound of breathing could not help but become extremely rapid, and the whole person gradually became erratic. Needless to say about other things for the time being, this time the feelings are vividly displayed. After all, that's what happened. Oh. If there are not many people, can we talk about it? Fang Fan blinked, then moved his lips to Xiangfei's ear, and gradually lowered his voice to the lowest level. A gust of warm wind blew, and Xiangfei's cheeks became more and more rosy. How can there be other messy thoughts at this moment? The whole person threw himself into Fang Fan's arms, and it was already difficult to control himself. Under such circumstances, naturally they would not be entangled with the matter about Fang Fan and Goddess Xingyi. Fang Fan and the others were walking around the Yuanqi Academy when they suddenly heard bursts of fury coming from the original competition hall. Even the entire competition hall sometimes trembles. Needless to say anything else, this situation looks more or less tingling. Invisibly, I feel that my face has been shown directly. What a good guy. In all aspects, no matter how you say it, you have to take it easy. If you can't break your mentality, it's nothing. What's the situation? Didn't you say that the heads of the colleges and universities are discussing the upcoming competitions? Why does it feel like they are fighting inside? Wipe. It's not going to happen, is it? Is this the rhythm to be done thoroughly? Tisk 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 tisk, interesting, this is so interesting to watch. Bai Piao is now completely looking like watching the excitement is not a big deal. While talking, the whole person can't help but become smug. He even couldn't help rubbing his hands together, and his eyes were full of light. Can you look forward to it, boy? In this exchange competition, our Guangming Academy has the greatest advantage, and it is still the leader of the first-year exchange competition. If something really happens, it will actually have the greatest impact on our Guangming Academy. These bastards shouldn't be so shameless. Could it be that they want to cancel the regulations for dividing the resources of the sacred land based on the results of the exchange match? If this is the case, it can be considered extremely despicable. Uncle G squinted his eyes, thinking to himself, then couldn't help but clenched his fists. He acted as if he was about to go up and do a fight. In all aspects, the mentality must also be broken. Fang Fan squinted his eyes, subconsciously fumbled for his chin, with a thoughtful look on his face. The storm is about to come and the wind is full. It really doesn't look too good. Although the overall combat strength of the Bright Academy is not bad, there are still Yuanqi Academy and Dark Academy restraining it. The Dark School and the Bright School are sworn enemies, and the attitude of the Yuanqi School to the Bright School seems to be quite repulsive. After all, Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanqi Academy, and Tai Shiji are rivals in love. With this relationship, that Su Qin has already stood on the opposite side of Guangming Academy, thus affecting the comprehensive relationship between Yuanqi Academy and Guangming Academy.